So is it enough to use it about 15 minutes per day, or is it good to do it all night long and, you know?
Well, I say use it as much as you feel like, because
No side effects or something?
no side. The only side effects are positive. Um, it's interesting because I get responses from people on the Neurophone very similar to responses that people get from taking my Active H product. They, but people who haven't taken Active H, people who have just used the Neurophone, often tell me that they get this similar kind of responses: increased energy, um, feeling of well-being. I've had people tell me that they've had pains that have lasted their entire life disappear from using it. But these are all anecdotal. These are all personal experiences of people. We have no medical proof of those things, but we're in the process of investigating all of these things.
I tested it in the spring. I went skiing and fell and nearly broke my finger, and it went like this, the double size and completely violet, purple.
Right.
And I used Crystal Energy.
Right.
Rubbed it in, and I took larger amounts of Active H, and I put the Neurophone on my phone during the night, and within 3 days you couldn't see anything.
Wow.
Joint. The joint still works. It took another few weeks, but you couldn't see anything. It was like a miracle.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I've had people with broken bones put the electrode on one on each side of where the broken bone was, and just have it overnight, and then had an X-ray the next morning, and the bones were actually fusing, and it looked as if they had been healing for 6 weeks, not 24 hours or not even a few hours. The Neurophone has many capabilities which we're not aware of, but it's a natural thing. I was just reading, there is I'll have to give it to you. There's a German website someone just sent me on the work of Dr. Ludwig. Have you ever heard of Dr. Ludwig?
Yes, he's working with frequencies.
Yeah, frequencies. Right. And basically what it was saying is that it was talking about all the frequencies that are generated inside the human body, from the mind through the muscles, through the heartbeat, through the production of adenosine triphosphate, ATP, all of these things, and that frequencies alone energize the cells, and the cells are resonant and heal the body. And the Neurophone, with its pink noise and with its Fibonacci noise, either one, produce this broad spectrum of frequencies described by Dr. Ludwig as being necessary for health, for the body. So I can understand how that possibility could come about. And there's something called the ultrasonic effect. We know now that if we are in an environment with higher ultrasonic frequencies, that there's an increased blood flow to the brain. Now, this is true. For example, in a city, when we live in cities, we don't get any ultrasonic frequencies. It's all low rumble, low frequencies. But if we're in the jungle, like an Amazon rainforest, and the birds are singing, we get frequencies all the way up to 200 or 250 kilohertz bathing our bodies. And now we know that when those kind of frequencies are in our environment, that increases blood flow to the brain. And so the Neurophone produces 40 kilohertz and produces overtones all the way up into those much higher frequency ranges. And so there is some belief that ultrasonic frequencies are food for the brain, food for the body. Even though we can't hear them, that we respond to them. And so Dr. Ludwig's work, I believe, confirms that, and also with the results that we're receiving with the Neurophone. And that's why, That's why there are a few products on the market that are trying to duplicate us, and they can't. The current Neurophone is a computer that is software programmable, and so we programmed all the functions into the software, and then you can't back download the software to see exactly how it works. But the Neurophone has been developed over this period of 47 years to the state which it is now, and the people who are trying to steal the Neurophone for themselves and rip it off as American colloquialism can't do it because they don't understand all of the inner waveforms and functions that generate these multiple frequency harmonics, overtones in the body. Okay.
So the effects you described depend on the ultrasonic sound. And what's about pink noise and Fibonacci?
Well, the pink noise and Fibonacci sound, actually, if you just take the pink noise itself, it generates harmonics all the way up into 1 megacycle, 1 million cycles per second. The Fibonacci noise does too. For example, the Fibonacci noise generator that we use, the circuit we use, is run by a 20 megahertz crystal, 20 million cycle per second crystal. And that it is calculating the frequencies of the Fibonacci sequence. And also when it's on pink noise, it calculates all the pink noise frequencies. But it calculates them 20 million times per second. And so it's generating all of this broad spectrum of frequencies. The difference between pink noise is that pink noise is entirely random. It's got all the frequencies of the spectrum all being generated in a random way. And the Fibonacci noise is not random. It sounds random, but it is generating all the frequencies are related to each other through the mathematics of the Fibonacci sequence, and it's generating them all the way from 1 hertz or even lower than 1 hertz all the way up to 200, 300,000 hertz, and so we're covering the entire spectrum. And of course, the Neurophone carrier is 40 kilohertz, which we found to be a very special frequency that is necessary for transmission of information into the body. Our structures of our foreheads and our sinuses resonate at about 40 kilohertz. That's why I've chosen that frequency.
So it's better to put the electrodes on the head, or it
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But I put them in different places. I start off on my temples. Sometimes I sleep with the Neurophone on my thigh. I put the electrodes around my leg and sleep with it. And it's interesting because in the middle of the night I can plug up my ears and listen, and I can hear the Fibonacci signal coming all the way from my thigh all the way into my system, which is quite exciting. Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So the signal, like the pink noise or the Fibonacci, is not just the carrier, but it's the signal itself. I was thinking about, and I heard about some different opinions, and I was thinking maybe it's just the carrier for frequencies, whatever. And some people told me, well, within this signal I hear that, and I hear that. I have something behind. There's a little bit more sounding like, and whatever. I never experienced the same, but something else. And I was thinking, well, it's this is just like well, I started with the pink noise. This is just a signal as a carrier, and everything is just below. And
no,
please tell me.
There are people over time. If you listen to the Neurophone every day, and also use the pink noise once in a while, use the pink noise. But when you listen to the Neurophone every day for a half an hour to an hour, after a while, after maybe 13 or 14 or 15 hours or more of listening, when you listen quietly, because if you listen while you're watching television or something, you don't get the same. But if you listen quietly, you will start hearing heavenly choirs. You'll hear You'll hear orchestras.
Yeah.
You'll hear people talking. You'll hear voices, all kinds of things. I don't know where they come from, but they're not
It's
in.
individual, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not in the neurophone.
That's what I was
Yeah,
asking
it's
for.
it's like you're tuning into other dimensions or
Yeah.
other domains.